that real quick. We are not friends, okay? I don't know some of y'all, so do not talk to me after this. No, that's fine. No, we can talk. We can talk after this. I will ask you for a ride home, and then we'll see if we really are friends. All right, we'll see if we're really friends. No, happy Pride. I know. I'm so excited. I love Pride. Obviously, you can tell by everything about me. I'm a bisexual woman with a boyfriend. We're here. We're quite obvious about it. It's not so much queer as it is like someone's holding my purse while I go pee at the porta potty at Pride Fest, and that's really important. That's an important member of our community as well. Okay, he's providing an essential service, and also he helps me see the stage for JoJo Siwa last year. No, it's really we're an important member of the demographic, I think, and I know that I'm a foregone conclusion. I know that I'm a walking stereotype, but sometimes stereotypes are true. All right, sometimes they are, and who here also identifies as a bisexual? It was just me back there when I was the only one who I was the only one who moved anything because you were ashamed. And I thought that if I stood up here on stage and I gave like a face to the identity, if you saw representation in your media, then you would be like, you know what, I am brave enough to come out as also a bisexual girl with a boyfriend. There's no shame. And that's so sad. I'm so sorry. None of you think I'm pretty? I can't handle that. I refuse to believe it. No. Whatever. Screw you guys. No, I am a bisexual, and I understand that maybe you guys aren't ready to accept that about yourselves, because I too have a hard time accepting that about myself, mostly because I've never been on a date with a girl. You laugh, but neither of some of you. Okay, it's not that I don't want to date a girl. It's just that, like, if I'm a cute girl, as we've established, and like you're a cute girl, and we were to go on a date, who pays? No one's ever been able to give me a straight answer to that question. And that's probably because it's not a very straight question. And people are like, Courtney, it's 2025. Obviously, the taller one pays. And typically that works for me, and so that's good. But it's just, like, I've been on plenty of dates with plenty of men, obviously. And I just feel like if you're going to drug my drinks, the least you could do is pay for it. Is that too much to ask? I don't know. And yeah, that's not very feminist. There are some opinions that I have that aren't super progressive. I think that in this day and age, we can hold space like this for when it's hard to do with a microphone, but you know what I mean. We can hold space for contrasting opinions. Like, I identify as a very, very progressive leftist, whatever the one that you're allowed to be right now. Which one's bad? I don't remember. Whichever one's good, I'm that for sure. And except for one thing. I know we got no bisexuals in here. Fine, whatever, allegedly. But are any of you polyamorous? Oh, okay, I got a woo for polyamorous and none for bisexual. You're just dating all of the same one gender person? That's crazy. I know plenty of polyamorous people in my life, and I love and respect a lot of them, but I think that if you're gonna make up a fake sexuality for attention, then just be bisexual like the rest of us. Is that so crazy? No, it's genuine. It's very crazy. I don't know. I just feel like, and this is something that I've told Danny before, and Danny's the only one who's ever laughed at it. But like, I think that polyamory is for people who are like, I'm not getting enough attention being gay, but being trans is too much work. And the gays like that one, Danny. And I'm right. So that's really validating for me. And I needed that validation as a mostly straight woman. And here's the thing, as a mostly straight woman here during this Pride Month, I do think that next month should be Shame Month. And again, I'm not talking about market days. I'm talking about the Facebook posts I'm seeing in the Women in Chicago Facebook pages that I'm a part of. Anybody else here in Are We Dating the Same Guy Chicago? Or Are We Dating the Same Guy in New York? Or literally any of the pages, because I'm in a lot of them. And women, we need to stand up. Okay, this is my rallying cry. I saw a post in there today where a woman wrote, and it was anonymous. You know, you can make yourself anonymous in group pages, and she should be ashamed. And she wrote, Ladies, my boy wets the bed every time he sleeps here. Pics and comments. Is this normal? And I went to the pictures expecting to see a dog, expecting to see her new puppy that she adopted from Paws, Chicago. And instead I saw a grown man. No, it's not normal. You need to dump him. Okay? If you need someone who has to pee every 30 minutes, date me. But too bad for her. She can't because I have a boyfriend, like I mentioned. I don't know if you caught that part. I do have a boyfriend. We went on our first away trip together this weekend. It was very exciting. We went to Lake Geneva, which I'm told is the Hamptons of Chicago. By a lot of the same people who told me Duke University is the Ivy of the South. And the same people who told me George Washington University, that's a good school. And I said, you wouldn't need to say that's a good school if it was a good school. Nobody says that's a good school about Harvard. And guess where I went? Not Harvard. No, I went to Lake Geneva with my boyfriend. I love my boyfriend very much, as you can tell by the fact that I keep saying my boyfriend. I think it's great to be in a fulfilling, loving relationship with a person. Obviously, you two are. I get it. Everybody else is sort of like jealous, and I get that. I get that people are jealous of your love. I've been there. But I am now developing jealousy within my own relationship, and it's something that I'm trying to work on. So I've started to pursue therapy. It's really hard to pursue therapy because one of the reasons why I need therapy is the fact that I have ADHD. You can tell by the way I'm trying to make eye contact with you and I can't. And then they're like, oh, you have to go call us on the phone. And I'm like, that's already too many steps. I can't. And that's how you know I have ADHD is because I can't accomplish a very simple task. Even staying on track for this one story. Anyway, so I'm jealous of my boyfriend. I'm jealous of his best friend's 2-year-old daughter. She's a real cute girl, and that's the problem. Is that he'll be like, she's really cute. She's like this little girl, and they will go to the Lincoln Park Zoo, and he'll squat down next to her, and he'll point up at the polar bears, and he'll call her baby girl. Does anyone here watch the TV show Criminal Minds? Thank you. Okay, cool. For those of you who've seen Criminal Minds, you know Derek Morgan, played by Shamar Moore. And he calls Penelope Garcia on the phone, and he's like, give it to me, baby girl. And so every time my boyfriend says baby girl to this 2-year-old, he says, give it to me, baby girl, but it in this question is an Elsa doll. And he's like, give it to me, baby girl. And I'm like, I'm baby girl. You can't call her baby girl. I'm baby girl. And he's like, Courtney, no, you're not baby girl. You're bad girl. But instead of being like bad girl, it doesn't say it like that. He says it like bad girl, bad, stop, put it down. Such a bitch. Is it funnier if I explain it? I don't know. No, it's definitely not. It's definitely not funnier. Speaking of being a bitch, any of y'all have siblings? Yeah. Okay, cool. Do you think that you are your parents' favorite child? No? Okay, fair. I thought for the longest time that I was my parents' favorite child. I'm the oldest of 3, and so my first clue that I wasn't should have been the fact that they kept trying after me. That's like polyamory, but for kids. I feel like on paper, though, I should be my parents' favorite child. For a couple of examples. Number 1, outside of this, I've got a steady job with a 401k and health benefits. Whoa. My brother works in commercial real estate sales, so for those of us who never want to go back to the office, that's why he's never made a paycheck before. Or I live here in Chicago, where my parents also live, and so I get to go to my favorite store every week, their apartment, and I have never paid for toilet paper, not even once. Or I've never been arrested for underage drinking. Or 2 weeks later, arrested for underage drinking again. And for those reasons and more, I feel like I should be my parents' favorite child. But I realized a couple years ago that's probably not the case. We know about the 5 love languages? It's like acts of service. Yeah, okay, so there's basically 5 love languages, 5 ways of showing and receiving love. The 5 are acts of service, quality time, physical touch, gift giving, and words of affirmation. My dad's love language is gift giving. It'd be kind of weird if it was physical touch. But I was raised Catholic. I don't know. And it clearly wasn't quality time, he's not here. But no, his love language is gift giving. And for a lot of people, how much money they spend on you isn't directly correlated to how much they love you, but in the case of my father, it 100% is. And so for his birthday every year, instead of us giving him gifts that he'll just return, he gives us gifts, which is so nice, and I really appreciate it. But a couple years ago, as a sign of support of my brother's career in commercial real estate sales, he gave my brother a check for $1,000, which was pretty steep. And he was like, Cole, I believe in you, and I support your dreams of commercial real estate sales, so use this check to buy yourself a new suit or a plane ticket to a networking conference, because I already pay your rent and your phone bill and your bail again, dude, what the hell? And for that same birthday, my dad gave me a pen. It was a really nice pen, okay? In his defense, it was a Mont Blanc pen, which is French for expensive-ass pen. But it means that I'm under by 600, but who's counting? And that next birthday, or actually the end of the pen joke basically goes that my father knows that I was an English major, and so I'm going to use that pen to write my jokes and tell my stories. And I see that, but I also see a universe in which my father is long gone and past. Probably pretty soon. It was his 60th birthday this year. God rest his soul. And he anticipates that I will use that pen to write $1,000 checks for my good-for-nothing brother. And I don't know what's worse. The fact that I'm Gen Z, so I don't know how to write a check. Or the fact that I've already lost that pen. And all I'll say is this, happy birthday to our birthday boy. Nobody asked him for $1,000. He's already so mad. I'm so sorry. My name is Courtney Zelazny. Thank you so much.